king had more affected the Duke of Albany than Cornwall.
It did always seem so to us, but now in the division of the kingdom it appears not which of the dukes he values most.
Is not this your son, my lord?
His breeding, sir, hath been at my charge. I have so often blushed to acknowledge him, that now I am braced to it.
I cannot conceive you.
Oh, sir, this young fellow's mother could, whereupon she grew round-wombed, and had indeed, sir, a son for her cradle, ere she had a husband for her bed. Do you smell a fault?
I cannot wish the fault undone, the issue of it being so proper.
But I have, sir, a son, by order of law, some year elder than this, who yet is no dearer in my account. Though this knave came something saucily into the world before he was sent for, yet was his mother fair. There was good sport at his making, and the whoreson must be acknowledged. Do you know this noble gentleman, Edmund?
No, my lord.
My lord of Kent. Remember him hereafter as my honorable friend.
My services to your lordship.
I must love you and sue to know you better.
Sir, I shall study deserving.
He has been out these 9 years, and away he shall again. Oh, the king is coming!
Attend the lords of France and Burgundy, Gloucester.
I shall, my noble lord.
Meantime, we shall express our darker purpose. Give me the map there. Know we have divided in 3 our kingdom, and 'tis our fast intent to shake all cares and business from our age, conferring them on younger strengths, while we unburdened crawl toward death. Our son of Cornwall, and you, our no less loving son of Albany, we have this hour a constant will to publish our daughter's several dowers, that future strife may be prevented now. The great princes, France and Burgundy, great rivals in our youngest daughter's love, long in our court have made their amorous sojourn, and here are to be answered. Tell me, my daughters, since now we will divest us of rule, of interest of territory, of cares of state, which of you, shall we say, doth love us most, that we our largest bounty may extend, where nature doth with merit challenge? Goneril, our eldest born, speak.
Sir, I do love you more than words can wield the matter. Dearer than eyesight, space, and liberty, beyond what can be valued, rich or rare, no less than life with grace, health, beauty, and honor, as much as child ever loved. A love that makes breath poor and speech unable. Beyond all manner of so much, I love you.
From all these bounds, even from this line to this, we make thee lady. To thine and Albany's issues be this perpetual. What says our second daughter, our dearest Regan, wife of Cornwall?
I am made of that self-metal as my sister, and prize me at her worth. In my true heart, I find she names my very deed of love. Only she comes too short, that I profess myself an enemy to all other joys which the most precious square of sense possesses, and find I am alone. Felicitate in your dear highness love.
To thee and thine hereditary ever remains this ample third of our fair kingdom, no less in space, validity, and pleasure as that conferred on Goneril. Now our joy, although the last not least, to whose love the vines of France and milk of Burgundy strive to be interest. What can you say to draw a third more opulent than your sisters? Speak.
Nothing, my lord.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing will become of nothing. Speak again.
Unhappy that I am, I cannot heave my heart into my mouth. I love your majesty according to my bond, no more nor less.
How, Cordelia. Mend your speech a little, lest you mar your fortune.
Good my lord, you have begot me, bred me, loved me. I return those duties back as are right fit. Obey you, love you, and most honor you. Why have my sisters husbands if they say they love you all? Haply when I shall wed, that lord whose hand must take my plight shall carry half my love with him, half my care and duty. Sure, I shall never marry like my sisters, to love my father all.
But goes thy heart with this?
Aye, good my lord.
So young and so untender.
So young, my lord, and true.
Let it be so. Thy truth then be thy dower, for by the sacred radiance of the sun, here I disclaim all paternal cares, propinquity and property of blood, and as a stranger to my heart, hold thee from this forever.
Good, my liege.
Peace, Kent. Come not between the dragon and his wrath. I loved her most, and thought to set my rest on her kind nursery. Hence, and avoid my sight! So be my grave my peace, as here I hold her father's heart from her. Call France, call Burgundy, Cornwall and Albany, with my daughter's 2 dowers, digest this third. Let pride, which she calls plainness, marry her. I do invest you jointly with my power, preeminence, and all the large effects that troop with majesty. Ourself, by monthly course, with the reservation of 100 nights, shall our home make with you by due turn. Only we still retain the name and all the additions to a king. The sway, revenue, execution of the rest beloved sons be yours.
Royal Lear, whom I have ever honored as my king, loved as my father, as my master followed.
The bow is bent and drawn, make from the shaft.
Let it fall, rather, though the fork invade the region of my heart. Be Kent unmannerly when Lear is mad. Reverse thy doom, and in thy best consideration check this hideous rashness. Answer my life, my judgment. Thy youngest daughters does not love thee least.
Kent, on thy life, no more.
My life I never held but as a pawn to wage against thy enemies, ne'er fear to lose it, thy safety being motive.
Out of my sight!
See better, Lear, and let me remain the true blank of thine eye.
No, vassal, miscreant!
Kill thy physician, and thy fee bestow upon the foul disease. Revoke thy doom, or whilst I can vent clamor from my throat, I'll tell thee, thou dost evil.
Hear me, recreant. On thine allegiance, hear me! 5 days we do allot thee for provision to shield thee against the diseases of the world, and on the 6th to turn thy hatred back on our kingdom. If on the 10th day following thy banished trunk be found in our dominions, the moment is thy death. This shall not be revoked.
Fare thee well, king. Since thus thou wilt appear that freedom lives hence and banishment is here. The gods to their dear shelter take thee maid, that justly thinkst and hath most rightly said. And your large speeches may your deeds approve, that good effects may spring from words of love. Thus Kent, O princes, bids you all adieu. He'll shape his old course in a country new.
Here's France and Burgundy, my noble lord.
My lord of Burgundy, we first address it toward you. As you and this great lord hath rivaled for my daughter, what in the least will you require in present dower with her, or cease your quest of love?
Most royal majesty, I crave no more than what your highness offered, nor will you tender less.
Right, noble Burgundy. When she was dear to us, we did hold her so. But now her price is fallen. Sir, there she stands.
I know no answer.
Will you, with those infirmities she owes, take her or leave her?
Pardon me, royal sir, election makes not up on such conditions.
Then leave her, sir! For you, great king, I would not from your love so much stray as to match you where I hate. Therefore, beseech you to avert thy liking to a more worthier way than on a wretch whom nature is ashamed almost to acknowledge hers.
This is most strange, that she who even but now was your best object, the argument of your praise, balm of your age, most best, most dearest, should in this trice of time commit a thing so monstrous to dismantle so many folds of favor.
I yet beseech your majesty, for I want that glib and oily art to speak and purpose not, that you make known it is no vicious blot, murder or foulness, no unchaste action or dishonored step that hath deprived me of your liking.
Better thou hadst not been born than not to have pleased me better.
Is it but this? A tardiness in nature which often leaves the history unspoke which it intends to do. My lord of Burgundy, what say you to the lady? Will you have her? She herself is a dowry.
Royal king, give but that portion which yourself proposed, and here I take Cordelia by the hand, Duchess of Burgundy.
Nothing! I have sworn I am firm.
I am sorry then you have so lost a father that you must lose a husband.
Peace be with Burgundy. Since that respect and fortunes are his love, I shall not be his wife.
Fairest Cordelia, thou art most rich, being poor. Thee and thy virtues here I seize upon. Thy dowerless daughter, king, thrown to my chance, is queen of us, of ours, and our fair France.
Thou hast her, France. Therefore, be gone. Without my grace, my love, my benison. Come, noble Burgundy.
farewell to your sisters.
The jewels of our father. With washed eyes, Cordelia leaves you. I know you what you are, and like a sister am most loath to call your faults as they are named. Use well our father. To your professed bosoms I commit him. But yet, alas, stood I within his grace, I would prefer him to a better place. So farewell to you both.
Prescribe not us our duty.
Let your study be to content your lord who hath received you at fortune's arms.
Time shall unfold what pleaded cunning hides. Who covers fault at last, shame them derides. Well may you prosper.
Come, my fair Cordelia.
Sister, it is not a little I have to say of what most nearly appertains to us both. I think our father will hence tonight.
That's most certain, and with you. Next month with us.
You see how full of changes his age is. He always loved our sister most, and with what poor judgment he hath now cast her off, appears too grossly.
'Tis the infirmity of his age. Yet he hath ever but slenderly known us.
The best and soundest of his time have been but rash.
Such unconstant starts are we like to have from him, such as this is Kent's banishment.
Pray you, let us hit together. If our father carry authority with such disposition as he bears, this last surrender of his may well offend us.
We shall further think of it.
We must do something, and to the heat.
Thou, nature, art my goddess. To thy law my services are bound. Wherefore should I stand in the plague of custom and permit the curiosity of nations to deprive me, for that I am some 12 or 14 moonshines lag of a brother? Why bastard? Wherefore base, when my dimensions are as well compact, my mind as generous, and my shape as true as honest madam's issue? Why brand they us with base, with baseness, bastardy, base, who in the lusty stealth of nature take more composition and fierce quality than doth within a dull, stale, tired bed go to the creating a whole tribe of fops got tween asleep and wake? Well then, legitimate Edgar, I must have your land. Fine word, legitimate. Well, my legitimate, if this letter speed and my invention thrive, Edmund the base shall top the legitimate. I grow, I prosper. Now gods, stand up for bastards.
Kent banished thus, and France and Colin parted, and the king gone tonight. Edmund, how now? What news?
So please your lordship, none?
What paper were you reading?
Nothing, my lord.
No? What needed then that terrible dispatch of it into your pocket? The quality of nothing hath not such need to hide itself. Let's see.
I beseech you, sir, pardon me. It is a letter from my brother which I have not all or read, and for so much as I have perused, I find it not fit for your o'erlooking.
Give me the letter, sir.
I shall offend, either to detain or give it.
Let's see.
I hope for my brother's justification that he wrote this but as an essay or a taste of my virtue.
This policy in reverence of age keeps our fortunes from us till our oldness cannot relish them. Come to me, that of this we may speak more. If our father would sleep till I waked him, you should enjoy half his revenue forever and live the beloved of your brother Edgar. Conspiracy? My son Edgar, had he a hand to write this, the heart and brain to breed it in? When came this to you? Who brought it?
It was not brought me, my lord. There's the cunning of it. I found it thrown in at the casement of my closet.
Well, you know the character to be your brother's.
It is his hand, my lord. But I hope his heart is not in the contents.
Has he never before sounded you in this business?
Never, my lord. But I have heard him oft maintain it to be fit that sons at perfect age and fathers declined, the father should be as ward to the son, and the son manage his revenue.
Oh, villain, a natural, detested, brutish villain, worse than brutish. Ghosts here, I seek him. Abominable villain, I'll apprehend him. Where is he?
I do not well know, my lord. If it shall please you, suspend your indignation against my brother till you can derive from him better testimony of his intent. I dare pawn down my life for him, that he hath writ this but to feel my affection to your honor, and to no other pretense of danger.
Think you so?
If your honor judge it meet, I will place you where you shall hear us confer of this, and by an auricular assurance have your satisfaction, and that this very evening.
He cannot be such a monster. Edmund, seek him out.
I will seek him, sir, presently.
These late eclipses in the sun and moon portend no good to us. Love cools, friendship falls off, brothers divide, and the bond cracked twixt son and father. Find out this villain, Edmund. It will lose thee nothing. Do it carefully. And the noble and true-hearted Kent banished his offense. Honesty, 'tis strange.
This is the excellent foppery of the world. That when we are sick in fortune, often the surfeits of our own behavior, we make guilty of our disasters the sun, the moon, and the stars, as if we were villains on necessity, fools by heavenly compulsion, drunkards, liars, and adulterers by an enforced obedience of planetary influence. An admirable evasion of whoremaster man to lay his goatish disposition to the charge of a star. My father compounded with my mother under the dragon's tail, and my nativity was under Ursa Major, so that it follows I am rough and lecherous. Fight! I should have been that I am, had the maidenliest star in the firmament twinkled on my bastardizing. He comes like the catastrophe of the old comedy. My cue is villainous melancholy with a sigh like Tom of Bedlam. Oh, these eclipses do portend these divisions.
How now, Brother Edmund? What serious contemplation are you in?
I'm thinking, brother, of a prediction I read this other day. What should follow these eclipses?
Do you busy yourself with that?
I promise you, the effects he writes of succeed unhappily. When saw you my father last?
Why, the night gone by.
Spake you with him?
Aye, 2 hours together.
Parted you in good terms? Found you no displeasure in him by word nor countenance?
None at all.
Bethink yourself wherein you may have offended him. And at my entreaty forbear his presence, till some little time hath qualified the heat of his displeasure, which at this instant so rageth in him.
Some villain hath done me wrong.
That's my fear. Retire with me to my lodging, from whence I will fitly bring you to hear my lord speak. There's my key. If you do stir abroad, go armed.
Armed, brother!
Brother, I advise you to the best. I've told you what I've seen and heard, but faintly, nothing like the image and the horror of it. Pray you, away!
Shall I hear from you anon?
Brother, I do serve you in this business. A credulous father, a brother noble, whose nature is so far from doing harms that he suspects none, on whose foolish honesty my practices ride easy. I see the business. Let me, if not by birth, have lands by wit. All with me's meet that I can fashion fit.
Did my father strike my gentleman for chiding of his fool?
Aye, madam.
By day and night he wrongs me. His nights grow riotous, and himself upbraids us on every trifle. When he returns from hunting, I will not speak with him. Say I am sick.
Oh, he is coming, madam, I hear him.
Put on what weary negligence you please, you and your fellows. I'd have it come to question.
Well, madam.
Prepare for dinner.
If but as well I other accents borrow that can my speech diffuse, my good intent may carry through itself to that full issue for which I raised my likeness. Now, Banished, Kent, if thou canst serve where thou dost stand condemned, so may it come thy master, whom thou lovest, shall find thee full of labors.
Go get it ready! How now, what art thou?
A man, sir?
What dost thou profess? What wouldst thou with us?
I profess to be no less than I seem, to serve him truly that will put me in trust, to love him that is honest, to converse with him that is wise and says little, to fear judgment, to fight when I cannot choose, and to eat no fish.
What art thou?
A very honest-hearted fellow, and as poor as the king.
Ooh, thou art as poor for a subject as he's for a king. Thou art poor enough. What wouldst thou?
Service.
Who wouldst thou serve?
You.
Dost thou know me, fellow?
No, sir. But you have that in your countenance that I would fain call master.
What's that?
Authority.
What services canst thou do?
I can keep honest counsel, ride, run, mar a curious tale in telling it, and deliver a plain message bluntly. That which ordinary men are fit for, I am qualified in. And the best of me is diligence.
How old art thou?
Not so young, sir, to love a woman for singing, nor too old to dote on her for anything. I have years on my back, 48.
Follow me. Thou shalt serve me.
Your servant, Caius.
If I like thee no worse after dinner, I will not part from thee yet. Dinner! Ho, dinner! Where's my knave, my fool? Go you, call my fool hither. You, Sarah, where's my daughter?
So please you.
What says that fellow there? Call the clock pole back. Where's my knave? Ho! I think the world asleep. How now? Where's that mongrel?
He says, my lord, your daughter is not well.
How came the slave not back to me when I called him?
Sir, he answered me in the roundest manner. He would not.
He would not?
My lord, I know not what the matter is, but to my judgment there's a great abatement of kindness. It appears as well as in a general dependence, the Duke himself also, and your daughter.
Sayest thou so?
I beseech you, pardon me, my lord, if I be mistaken, for my duty cannot be silenced when I think your highness wrong.
I have perceived the most faint sign of neglect. I'll look into it further. But where is my fool? I have not seen him these 2 days.
Since my young lady's going into France, sir, the fool hath much pined away.
No more of that. I have noticed it well. Go you, tell my daughter I would speak with her. You, sir. Come you hither, sir. Who am I, sir?
My lady's father.
Oh, my lady's father, my lord's knave. You horse and dog, you slave, you cur.
I am none of those things, my lord. I beseech your pardon.
Do you bandy looks with me, you rascal?
Oh! I'll not be struck in, my lord.
nor trip neither. You base football player, I'll teach you differences. Away! Away! Have you wisdom? So!
Now, my friendly knave, I thank thee. There's earnest for thy service.
Let me hire him too. Here's my coxcomb.
How now,
Hey,
my sweet knave? How dost thou?
You will best take my coxcomb.
Why, fool?
Why, for taking one's part that's out of favor. This fella hath banished 2 of his daughters and done the third a blessing against his will. If thou follow him, thou must needs wear my coxcomb. How now, nuncle?
Take heed, sirrah. The whip.
Ain't misbehaving. Oh, truth's a dog must to kennel. He must be whipped out. When the lady bitch may stand by the fire and
a pestilent gall to me.
Sirrah, I'll teach thee a speech.
Do.
Oh, mark it, nuncle. Have more than thou showest. Speak less than thou knowest. Lend less than thou owest. Ride more than thou goest. Leave thy drink in thy hoe. And keep in a dough. And thou shalt have more than 2 tens to a scout.
This is nothing, fool.
Then 'tis like the breath of an unpaid lawyer. You gave me nothing for it. Can you make no use of nothing, nuncle?
Why, no, fool, nothing can be made of nothing.
Prithee, tell him, so much the rent of his land comes to. He will not believe a fool.
A bitter fool.
Dost thou know the difference, my boy, between a bitter fool and a sweet fool?
No, lad. Teach me.
Okay. Drop a hot little beat on him tonight, Tomb. Make it sizzle. Oh, yeah. This show is sizzling. Where you at, St. Lou? No, where you at? Oh, yeah. Live theater, baby. Back and better than ever. The king wants me to spit this little rhyme for him, but you can help. Put your hands together. Uh-huh. And you can throw in a oh yeah, a amen. You know, make it funky now. Here we go. That Lord that counseled thee to give away thy land. Come place him here by me. I said, do thou for him stand. The sweet and bitter fool will presently appear. The one in motley here. Cut. The other found out there. Give yourselves a hand. That was good. But the king is mad at y'all now.
Dost thou call me fool, boy?
Whoa, 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 whoa. All thy other titles thou hast given away. That thou was born with.
When were you so wont to be full of song, sirrah?
I have used it, nuncle, e'er since thou made thy daughters thy mothers. For when thou gavest them the rod and putst down thine own breeches, then they for sudden joy did weep, and I for sorrow sung, that such a king should play bo peep and go the fools among. Dat. I prithee, nuncle, keep a schoolmaster that can teach thy fool to lie. I would fain learn to lie.
If you lie, sirrah, we'll have you whipped.
Oh, I marvel what kin thou and thy daughters are. They'll have me whipped for speaking true, thou'll have me whipped for lying, and sometimes I'm whipped for holding my peace. Oh,
How now, daughter? What makes that frontlet on? Methinks you are too much of late either frown.
Thou wast a pretty fellow when thou had no need to care for her frowning. I am better than thou art now. I am a fool, thou art nothing. Yes, forsooth, I will hold my peace. So your face bids me, though you say nothing. Mum.
This, sir, not only your all-licensed fool, but other of your insolent retinue do hourly carp and quarrel, breaking forth in rank and not to be endured riots. Sir, I had thought, by making this well known unto you, to have found a safe redress, but now grow fearful that you protect this course and put it on by your allowance.
For you know, nuncle, the hedge sparrow fed the cuckoo so long that it had its head bit off by its young.
Are you our daughter?
I would you would make good use of that wisdom, whereof I know you are fraught, and put away these dispositions which of late transport you from what you rightly are.
May not the ass know when the cart draws the horse? Oh, Jane, I love thee.
Is there any here who know me? This is not Lear. Does Lear walk thus, speak thus? Either his notions weakens, his discernings lethargy. Ha! Waking, 'tis not so. Who can tell me who I am?
Lear's shadow.
Your name, fair gentlewoman?
This admiration, sir, is much o'er the savor of other your new pranks. I do beseech you to understand my purposes aright. Here do you keep 100 knights and squires, men so disordered, so debauched and bold, that this our court, infected with their manners, shows like a riotous inn. Be then desired by her that else will take the thing she begs, a little to disquantity your train.
Darkness and devils! Saddle my horses, call my train together, degenerate bastard! I'll not trouble thee, yet have I left a daughter.
You strike my people, and your disordered rabble make servants of their betters.
Woe that too late repents! Oh, sir, are you come? Is it your will? Speak, sir! Prepare my horses! Oh, here, nature, here, dear goddess, here. Suspend thy purpose if thou didst intend to make this creature fruitful. Into her womb convey sterility, dry up in her the organs of increase, and from her derogate body never spring a babe to honor her. If she must teem, create her child of spleen, that it may be a thoughtless nature torment to her. Let it stamp wrinkles in her brow of youth with cadent tears, fret channels in her cheek, turn all her mother's pains and benefits to laughter and contempt, that she may feel how sharper than a serpent's tooth it is to have a thankless child. Oh! Away! Away!
Now, gods that we adore, whereof comes this?
Never afflict yourself to know more of it, but let his disposition have that scope that dotage gives it.
What? 50 of my train in a clap over a fortnight?
What's the matter, sir?
I'll tell thee! Life and death. I am ashamed that thou hast power to shake my manhood thus, that these hot tears which break from me perforce give thee power over them. Oh, fond eyes, so be it. Yet have I left a daughter, who I consider to be kind and comfortable. When she shall hear this of thee, with her nails she'll flay thy wolvish visage. Thou shalt see that I'll resume the shape thou dost think I gave up forever. Ah!
Do you mark that?
I cannot be so partial, Goneril, to the great love I bear you.
Oh, pray you content. What, Oswald, ho! This man hath had good counsel. 100 knights, 'tis politic and safe to let him keep at point 100 knights. Yes, that on every dream, each buzz, each fancy, each complaint and dislike he may enguard his dotage with their powers and hold our lives in mercy. What, Oswald, I say?
Well, you may fear too far.
Safer than trust too far. I know his heart. What he hath uttered, I have writ my sister. And if she sustain him and his 100 knights, would I have shown the unfitness of what... How now, Oswald, have you writ that letter to my sister?
Aye, madam.
Get you some company and away to horse. Inform her full of my particular fear and hasten your return. No, no, my lord. This milky gentleness and course of yours, though I condemn not, yet under pardon you are much more tasked for want of wisdom than praised for harmful mildness.
How far your eyes may pierce, I cannot tell. Striving to better, oft we mar what's well.
Go you before to Gloucester with these letters. Acquaint my daughter no further with anything you know than comes from her demand from the letter. If that diligence not be speedy, I'll be there before you.
I will not rest, my lord.
Ooh. If a man's brains were in his heels, were it not in danger of blisters?
Aye, boy.
Then I prithee be merry. Thy wit shall not go slipshod. Thou canst tell why one's nose stands in the middle of space.
No.
Why, to keep one's eyes on either side's nose, that what a man cannot smell out, he may spy into.
I did her wrong.
Canst tell how an oyster makes his shell?
No!
Nor I neither. But I can tell why a snail has a house.
Why?
Why, to keep his head in, not give it away to his daughters.
I will forget my nature so kind a father.
The reason the 7 stars are no more than 7 is a pretty reason.
Because they are not 8.
Yes! Indeed. Thou wouldst make a good fool.
To take it again perforce.
If thou were my fooled nuncle, I'd have thee beaten for being old before thy time.
How's that?
Thou shouldst not have been old till thou hadst been wise.
I will not be mad. Sweet heavens, let me not be mad. Keep me in temper. I will not be mad. How now? Are the horses ready?
Ready, my lord.
Come, boy.
She that's a maid now and laughs at my departure shall not be a maid long, unless things be cut shorter.
Save thee, Curran.
And you, sir, I have been with your father and given him notice that the Duke of Cornwall and Regan his Duchess will be here with him this night.
How comes that?
Nay, I know not. Have you heard of no likely wars toward twixt the Dukes of Cornwall and Albany?
Not a word.
You may do then in time. Fare you well, sir.
Cornwall here tonight. The better, best. This weaves itself perforce into my business. My father has set guard to take my brother, and I have one thing of a queasy question which I must act. Briefness and fortune, work. Brother, a word. Descend, brother, I say. My father watches. Oh, sir, fly this place. Intelligence is given where you are hid. You have now the good advantage of the night. Have you nothing said against the Duke of Cornwall? He's coming hither now, in the night, in the haste, and Regan with him. Have you nothing upon his party said against the Duke of Albany? Advise yourself.
I am sure on't, not a word.
I hear my father coming, pardon me. Draw, seem to defend yourself. Yield, come before my father. Light, ho, here. Fly, brother. Torches, torches. So farewell. Some blood drawn on me would beget opinion of my more fierce endeavor. Ooh. I've seen drunkards do more than this in sport. Father! Father! Stop! Oh, stop!
No,
help!
Edmund, where's the villain?
Oh, look, sir, I bleed.
Where is the villain, Edmund?
Fled this way, when by no means he could...
Pursue him, ho, go after! By no means what?
Persuade me to the murder of your lordship.
Oh, let him fly far. Not in this land shall he remain uncaught. He that conceals him, death.
I threatened to discover him. He replied, thou unpossessing bastard, dost thou think if I would stand against thee with the reposal of any trust, virtue, or worth in thee, make thy words faith?
Oh, strange and fastened villain. All ports are barred. The villain shall not escape. Besides, his picture I will send far and near, that all the kingdom may have due note of him and of my land. Loyal and natural boy, I will work the means to make thee capable.
How now, my noble friend? I have heard strange news.
If it be true, all vengeance comes too short.
Madam, my old heart is cracked. 'Tis cracked.
What? Did my father's godson seek your life? He whom my father named your Edgar.
Oh, lady, shame would have it hid.
Was he not companion with the riotous knights that tended upon my father?
I know not, madam. 'Tis too bad. Too bad.
Yes, madam, he was of that consort.
Oh. Well, no marvel then if he were ill affected, since they have put him on the old man's death to have the expense and waste of his revenues. I have this present evening from my sister been well informed of them, and with such cautions that if they come to sojourn at my house, I'll not be there.
Nor I assure thee, Regan. Edmund, I hear that you have shown your father a childlike office.
It was my duty, sir.
He did expose his intrigue and receive this hurt, you see, striving to apprehend him.
Is he pursued?
Aye, my lord.
If he be taken, he shall never more be feared of doing harm. For you, Edmund, whose virtue and obedience doth this instant so much commend itself, you shall be ours.
I will serve you truly, sir, however else.
For him I thank your grace.
You know not why we came to visit you.
Thus out of season, threading dark-eyed night, occasions, noble Gloucester, of some poise wherein we must have use of your advice. Our father he hath writ, so hath our sister of differences, which I least thought fit to answer from our home.
I serve you, madam. Your graces are right welcome.
Good dawning to thee, friend. Art of this house?
Aye.
Where may we set our horses?
In the mire.
Oh, prithee, if thou lovest me, tell me.
I love thee not.
Why dost thou use me thus? I know thee not.
Fellow, I know thee.
What dost thou know me for?
A knave, a rascal, a lily-livered whoreson, glass-gazing, super-serviceable finical rogue, and the son and heir of a mongrel bitch. One whom I will beat into clamorous whining if thou deniest the least syllable of thy addition.
Why, what a monstrous fellow art thou! The surreal one that neither knows of thee, nor knows thee!
What a brazen-faced varlet art thou, to deny thou knowest me! Is it 2 days since I tripped up thy heels and beat thee before the king? Draw, you rogue, for though it be night, yet the moon shines. Draw, you horse and curly-only barber-monger, draw! Strike, you slave! Stand, rogue!
How now? What's the matter, Port?
With you, Goodman boy, if you please. Come on, I'll flesh ye. Come on, young master.
Weapons, arms, what's the matter here?
Keep peace upon your lives. He dies that strikes again. What's the matter?
The messengers from our sister and the king.
What is your difference? Speak.
My lord, I'm scarce in breath.
Speak yet. How grew your quarrel?
This ancient ruffian, sir, whose life I
thou
spared.
unnecessary
Peace, you beastly knave. Know you no reverence?
Yes, but anger hath a privilege, a plague upon your epileptic visage.
What? Art thou mad, old fellow?
How fell you out? Say that.
His countenance likes me not.
No more perchance does mine, nor his, nor hers.
Sir, it is my occupation to be plain. I have seen better faces in my time than stands on any shoulder that I see before me at this instant.
Why, this is some fellow who hath been praised for his bluntness, doth affect a saucy roughness.
I am no flatterer.
What is the offense you gave him?
I never gave him any.
Fetch forth the stocks. You stubborn ancient knave, you reverend braggart. What teach you?
Sir, I am too old to learn. Call not your stocks. For me, I serve the king.
Fetch forth the stocks. As I have life and honor, there shall he sit till noon.
Till noon. Till night, my lord, and all night too.
Why, madam, if I were your father's dog, you should not use me so.
Sir, being his knave, I will.
Come, bring away the stocks.
Let me beseech your grace not to do so. The king, his master, needs must take it ill that he's so slightly valued in his messenger should have him thus restrained.
I'll answer that.
My sister may receive it much more worse to have her gentleman abused, assaulted for following her affairs. Put in his legs.
Come, my lord, away.
I am sorry for thee, friend. 'Tis the Duke's pleasure, whose disposition all the world well knows will not be rubbed nor stopped. I'll entreat for thee.
Pray do not, sir. I have watched and traveled hard. Sometime I shall sleep out. The rest I'll whistle.
I heard myself proclaimed, and by the happy hollow of a tree escaped the hunt. No port is free, no place that guard and most unusual vigilance does not attend my taking. Whilst I may escape, I will preserve myself, and am bethought to take the basest and most poorest shape that ever penury and contempt of man brought near to beast. My face I'll grime with filth, blanket my loins, elf all my hair in knots, and with presented nakedness outface the winds and persecutions of the sky. The country gives me proof and precedent of bedlam beggars who with roaring voices stick in their numb and mortified bare arms pins, wooden pricks, nails, sprigs of rosemary, and with this horrible object, from low farms, poor-pelting villages, sheep cots, and mills, sometimes with lunatic bands, sometimes with prayers, enforce their charity. Poor Turley God. Bottom! That's something. Yet, Edgar, I nothing am.
'Tis strange that they should so depart from home and not send back my messenger.
As I learned the night before, there was no purpose in them of this remove.
Hail to thee, noble master.
Ah! Makes thou this shame thy pastime?
No, my lord.
He wears cruel garters.
What is he that hath so much mistook thy place to put thee here?
It is both he and she, your son and daughter.
No.
Yea.
No, I say.
I say yea.
By Jupiter, I swear no.
By Juno, I swear aye.
Where is this daughter?
With the Earl, sir, here within.
Follow me not. Stay here.
How chance the king comes with so small a number?
If thou hadst been set of the stocks for that question, thou had well deserved it.
Why, fool?
Let go thy hold when a great wheel runs down a hill, lest it break thy neck with following it. But the great one that goes up the hill, let him draw thee after. That, sir, which serves to seek for gain, and follows but for form, will pack when it begins to rain, and leave me in the storm.
Where learned you this, fool?
Not at the stocks, fool.
Thou deny to speak with me? They are sick. They are weary. They have traveled all the night. Mere fetches. The images of revolt and flying off. Fetch me a better answer.
My dear lord, you know the fiery quality of the Duke, how unremovable and fixed he is in his own cause.
Vengeance, plague, death, confusion, fiery. What quality? Why, Gloucester. Gloucester. I'd speak with the Duke of Cornwall and his wife.
Well, my good lord, I have informed them so.
Inform them? Dost thou understand me, man?
Aye, my good lord.
The king would speak with Cornwall. The dear father would with his daughter speak commands. Tens. Service! Are they informed of this? Oh, my breath, my blood. Fiery. The fiery Duke. Tell this hot Duke that... No. Not yet. Maybe he is not well. We are not ourselves when nature, being oppressed, commands the mind to suffer with the body. I'll forbear. Death on my state! Why for should he sit here? Give me my servant forth! Tell the dukes and wife I'd speak with them now. Presently, bid them come forth and hear me, or at their chamber door, I'll beat the drum till it cries sleep to death.
I would have all well betwixt you.
Oh, me. My heart. My rising heart. But down. Oh.
Cry to it, nuncle. As the cockney did to the eels. When she put 'em in the paste alive, she napped 'em o'er the coxcombs with a stick and cried, "Down, wantons, down! Oh, Lord have mercy, these things done fell out the bag!" Oh.
Good morrow to you both.
Hail to your grace.
I'm glad to see your highness.
Regan. I think you are. I know the reason why I think you are. Beloved Regan, thy sister's naught. She hath tied sharp-toothed unkindness like a vulture. Here! Thou not believe with how depraved a quality. Oh, Regan!
I pray you, sir, take patience. I have hope you know less how to value her desert than she to scant her duty.
Say, How is that?
I cannot think my sister in the least would fail her obligation.
My curse is on her.
Oh, sir, you are old. You should be ruled and led by some discretion that discerns your state better than you yourself. Therefore, I pray you that to our sister you do make return. Say you have wronged her, sir.
Ask her forgiveness? Do you but mark how this becomes the house? Oh, dear daughter, I am old. Age is unnecessary. On my knees I beg that thou vouchsafe me raiment, bed, and fire.
Good sir, no more. These are unsightly tricks. Return you to my sister.
Never, Regan! She hath abated me half my train, looked black upon me, struck me with her tongue. Most certainly, right on the heart. You who stored vengeances of heaven, fall on her ingrateful top.
Fie, sir, fie.
You lightnings dart your blinding flames into her scornful eyes.
Oh, the blessed gods. So will you wish on me when the rash mood is on?
No, Regan, thou shalt never have my curse. Thou better knowest the offices of nature, bond of childhood, effects of courtesy, and dues of gratitude. Thy half of the kingdom hast thou not forgot, which thee I endowed.
Good sir, to the purpose.
Who put my man in the stocks? I have good hope thou did not know on't. Oh, who comes here? Ah! Oh, heaven. Oh.
Thank you.
Art not ashamed to look upon this beard? Regan, wilt thou take her by the hand?
Why not by the hand, sir? How have I offended? All's not offense when indiscretion finds in dotage terms so.
Oh, sides, you are too tough. Will you yet hold? Who put my man in the stocks?
I set him there, sir, but his own disorders deserved much less advancement.
You? Did you?
I pray you, Father, being weak seems so. If till the expiration of your month you'll return and sojourn with my sister, dismissing half your train, then come to me.
Return to her, and 50 men dismissed? No! Rather, I abjure all rules and choose to wage against the enmity of the air, to be comrade with the wolf and owl. Necessity's sharp pinch.
At your choice, sir.
Prithee, daughter, do not make me mad. I will not trouble thee, my child. Farewell. We'll no more meet, no more see one another. Thou art a boil, a plague sore, or embossed carbuncle in my corrupted blood. But I'll not try thee. Let shame come when it will. I do not call it. Mend when thou canst. Heal at thy leisure. Yet I have a daughter. I can stay with Regan, I and my 100 knights.
Not altogether so. I look not for you yet, nor am provided for your fit welcome.
Is this well spoken?
I dare avouch it, sir. What, 50 followers? Is it not well? What should you need of more? Yea, or so many sit that both charge and danger speak gainst so great a number.
Why might not you, my lord, receive attendance from those that she calls servants, or from mine?
Why not, my lord? Then if they chance to slack ye, we could control them. If you come to me for now, I spy a danger. I entreat you to bring but 5 and 20. To no more will I give place or notice.
I gave you all.
Oh, and in good time you gave it.
Made you my keepers, my depositaries, with one reservation, to be followed with such a number. What? Must I come to you with 5 and 20? Regan said you so.
And speak again, my lord, no more with me.
Hear me, my lord. What need you, 5 and 20, 10 or 5?
What need 1?
Yes.
Oh, reason not the need. Our basest beggars are in the poorest things superfluous. Allow not nature more than nature needs. Man's life is cheap as beasts. But for true need, you heavens, give me that patience I need. And let not these women's weapons water drops stain my man's cheeks. No, you are natural hags. I will have such revenges on you both, that the world shall. I will do such things, what they are, yet I know not. But they will be the terrors of the earth. You think I'll weep? No! I'll not weep. I have full cause of weeping. But this heart shall break into 100,000 flaws, or ere I weep. Oh, fool! Fool! I shall go mad! I shall go mad! I shall go mad! I shall go mad! I shall go mad!
Let us withdraw. 'Twill be a storm.
The house is little. The man and his people cannot be well bestowed.
It is his own blame, hath kept himself from rest, and must needs taste his folly.
For his particular, I'll receive him gladly, but not 1 follower.
So am I purposed.
The king is in high rage.
Whither is he going?
He calls to horse, but will I not know whither?
'Tis best to give him way. He leads himself.
Hear me, my lord. By no means entreat him stay.
Alack, the night comes on. The high winds do sorely ruffle. For many miles about there's scarce a bush.
Oh, sir, to willful men, the injuries that they themselves procure must be their schoolmasters. Shut up your doors. He is attended with a desperate train, and what they may incense him to, being apt to have his ear abused, wisdom bids fear.
Shut up your doors, my lord. 'Tis a wild night. My Regan counsels well. Come out of the storm.
Yes. Thank you.
Blow winds and crack your teeth. Rage. Blow! You cataracts and hurricanes, spout! Till you have drenched our steeples, drowned the cocks. You sulphurous and thought-executing fires, vaunt couriers to oak-cleaving thunderbolt, singe my way! And thou, oh, shaking thunder, smite flat the thick rotundity of the earth. Crack nature's mold. All Germans spill at once that make ingrateful man.
Oh, nuncle! To court holy water in a dry house is better than this rainwater out of door. Oh, good nuncle, in and ask thy daughter's blessing. Oh, Here's a knight pities neither wise men nor fools.
Rumble thy belly full, spit fire, spout rain, wind, thunder, fire are my daughters. I charge not you, you elements, with unkindness. I never gave you kingdom, called you children. You owe me no subscription. Then let fall my horrible pleasure. Here I stand, your slave, a poor, infirm, weak, and despised old man. But yet, I call you servile ministers that will, with two pernicious daughters, join your high agitating battles against a head that is so old and white as this. Oh, 'tis foul.
He that has a house to put's head in has a good headpiece.
No. I will be the pattern of all patience. I will say nothing.
Who's there? Mary! Here's grace and a codpiece. That's a wise man and a fool.
Alas, sir, you hear? Whoo! Things that love night, love not such nights as these. Man's nature cannot carry the affliction nor the fear.
Let the great gods that keep this dreadful puddle over our heads find out their enemies now. Tremble, thou wretch, that hast within thee undivulged crimes, unwhipped of justice. Hide thee, thou bloody hand, thou perjured, and thou similar virtue that art incestuous. I am a man more sinned against than sinner.
Alack, sir, bareheaded. Gracious, my lord, hard by here is a hovel. Some friendship will it lend you against the tempest. Repose you there.
My wits begin to turn. Come on, boy. Ooh! How dost thou, boy? Art cold? I am cold myself. Where is the straw, my friend? The art of our necessities is strange that can make vile things precious. Come, thy hovel. Poor fool and knave. I have one part of my heart that's sorry yet for thee. Oh.
He that has and a little tiny wit, with hey ho, the wind and the rain, must make content with his fortunes fit. For the rain it reigneth every day.
True, my good boy. Come, bring us to this hovel.
I'll speak a prophecy ere I'll go. When priests are more in word than matter, when brewers mar their malt with water, when nobles are their tailors' tutors, no heretics burned, but wenches' suitors, then shall the state of Albion come to great confusion, when every case in law is right, no squire in debt nor no poor knight, when usurers tell their gold i' the field, and bawds and whores do churches build, then comes the time, who lives to see it, that going shall be used with feet. Feet. I didn't write it.
Alack, Edmund, I like not this unnatural dealing. When I desired their leave that I might pity him, they took from me the use of mine own house, charged me on pain of perpetual displeasure, neither to speak of him, entreat for him, nor any way sustain him.
Most savage and unnatural.
Go to, say you nothing. There is division between the dukes, and a worse matter than that. I have received a letter this night. 'Tis dangerous to be spoken. I have locked the letter in my closet. These injuries the king now bears will be revenged home. There's part of a power already footed. We must incline to the king. I will seek him. Go you and maintain talk with the duke, that my charity of him be not perceived. If he asks for me, I am ill and gone to bed, though I die for it, as no less is threatened me. The king, my old master, must be relieved. There is some strange thing toward Edmund. Oh, pray you, be careful. Be careful.
This courtesy forbid thee, shall the duke instantly know, and of that letter too. This seems a fair deserving, and must draw me that which my father loses, no less than all. The younger rises when the old doth fall.
Haste, my lord. Good my lord, enter. The tyranny of the open night's too rough for nature to endure.
Let me alone.
Good my lord, enter.
Wilt break my heart.
I had rather break mine own. Good my lord, enter here.
Prithee, go in thyself, seek thine own ease. This tempest will not give me leave to ponder on things would hurt me more. But I'll go in. In, boy, go first. I'll pray, and then I'll sleep. Poor naked wretches, wheresoe'er you are, that bide the pelting of this pitiless storm, How shall your houseless heads and your unfed sides, your looped and windowed raggedness defend you in seasons such as these? Oh, I've taken too little care of this. Take physic, pomp, expose thyself to feel the way wretches feel, that thou mayst shake the superflux to them and show the heavens more just.
Come down in here, Uncle! Come down in here! There's a spirit! Help me! Help me!
Give me thy hand! Who's there?
A spirit! A spirit! Says his name is Potal!
What art thou that dost grumble there in the straw? Come forth!
Away! Away! The fountain follows me! Through the sharp hawthorn blows the wind, says he! Nani! Nani! Get to thy bed and warm thee.
Didst thou give all to thy daughters? And art thou come to this?
Who gives anything to poor Tom, whom the foul fiend hath led through fire and through flame, or bog and quagmire, that hath laid knives in his pillow and halters in his pew? Oh, bless thy 5 wits. Oh, do poor Tom some charity, whom the foul fiend vexes. There, could I have him again? And there, again, and there.
Have his daughters brought him to this pass? Couldst thou save nothing? Wouldst thou give them all?
Hey, he reserved some filthy, nasty, dirty pants and a ugly, ugly baseball cap with a trash bag in it, as we had all been shamed.
Oh, the plagues that in the pendulous air hang fated o'er men's faults. Light on thy daughters!
He hath no daughters, sir.
Death, traitor! Nothing could have subdued nature to this lowness but his unkind daughters. Is it the fashion with discarded fathers that they have thus little mercy on their flesh? Oh, judicious punishment. 'Twas flesh begot those pelican daughters.
Pillicock? Pillicock said on Pillicock Hill!
Cold night will turn us all to fools and madmen.
Take heed to the foul fiend, obey thy parents, swear not, commit not with man's sworn spouse, set not thy sweetheart on proud array. Poor Tom's a cold.
What hast thou been?
A serving man, proud in heart and mind, that curled my hair, wore gloves in my cap, served the lust of my mistress' heart, and did the act of darkness with her. No, wine loved I deeply, dice dearly, hog and sloth, fox and stealth, wolf and greediness, dog and madness, lion and prey. Let not the creaking of shoes nor the rustling of silk betray thy poor heart to woman. Keep thy foot out of brothels, thy pen from lenders' books, and beware the foul fiend. Peace. Oh, Dauphin, my boy, my shh. Let him trot by.
Thou wert better in thy grave than to answer with thy uncovered body the extremity of the skies. Is man no more than this? Consider him well. Thou owest the worm no silk, the beast no hide, the sheep no wool. Here are 3 sophisticated. Thou art the thing itself. health. Consider him well, unaccommodated man is no more but a bare forked animal as thou art. Off, you landings. Come on, button here.
Prithee, none be contented. 'Tis a naughty night to swim in.
What ho!
Look, here come a walking fire.
This is the How fares your grace?
What's he?
Who's there? What is you seek?
What are you there? Your name?
Oh, poor Tom, that eats the swimming frog, the toad, the tadpole, that in the fury of his heart, when the foul fiend rage, eats cow dung for salads, swallows the old rat and the ditch dog, who is whipped and stalked, punished and imprisoned, who hath had 3 suits to his back, 6 shirts to his body, horse to ride and weapon to wear, but mice and rats and such small deer have been Tom's food for 7 long year. Peace, smoking! Peace, thou fiend!
What? Hath thy grace no better company?
Zaya! The Prince of Darkness is a gentleman. Modo he's called. And Mahu.
Our flesh and blood, my lord, hath grown so vile that it doth hate what gets it.
Poor Tom's a cold.
Come in with me where fire and food are ready.
First, I'll talk with this philosopher. What is the cause of thunder?
Good, my lord. Take his advice. Go into the house.
I will still talk a word with this same learned Theban. What is thy study?
How to prevent the fiend.
Oh.
And kill vermin.
Let me ask one word in private.
Importune him once more ago, my lord. His wits began to unsettle.
Canst thou blame him? His daughters seek his death. Oh, that good man Kent, he said it would be thus, poor banished man. Thou sayest the king grows mad? I'll tell thee, friend, I am almost mad myself. I had a son, now outlawed from my blood. He sought my life. But lately, very late, I loved him, friend. No father his son dearer. True to tell thee, the grief hath crazed my wits. What a night's this? I do beseech your grace.
Cry your mercy, sir. Noble philosopher. Come.
In, fellow, there, and into the hovel. Keep thee warm.
Let's in all.
This way, my lord.
Poor Tom's cold.
Still with my philosopher.
Good, my lord. Soothe him. Let him take the fellow.
You bring him on.
Sir, come on. Go along with us.
Come, good Athenian.
Child Roland to the Dark Tower came. His word was still fie and foe and foam. I smell the blood of an Englishman.
No words. Hush. Hush.
I will have my revenge ere I depart his house.
How, my lord, I may be censured that nature thus gives way to loyalty? Something fears me to think of. This is a letter he spoke of, which approves him an intelligent party to the advantages of France. Oh, heavens, that this treason were not, or not I the detector.
Go with me to the Duchess.
If the matter of this paper be certain, you have mighty business in hand.
True or false, it hath made thee Earl of Gloucester. Go seek out where thy father is, that he may be ready for our apprehension.
I will persevere in my course of loyalty, though the conflict be sore between that and my blood.
I will lay trust upon thee, and thou shalt find a dearer father in my love.
Here is better than the open air. Take it thankfully. I will piece out the comfort with what addition I can. I shall not be long from you.
Oh, the power of his wits is giving way to his impatience. The gods reward your kindness.
Fraterito calls me and tells me that Nero is an angler in the lake of darkness. So pray, innocent, beware the foul fiend.
Prithee, uncle, Tell me whether a madman be a gentleman or a yeoman.
A king. A king!
No! He's a yeoman that has a gentleman to his son, for he's a mad yeoman that sees his son a gentleman before him.
And 1,000 red spits coming in on my hitting.
Bites my back!
It shall be done. I'll arraign them straight. Sit thou here, most learned justice, and thou, sapiens, sit here. No, you she-foxes!
How do you, sir? Stand you not so amazed. Will you lie down and rest upon the cushions?
I'll see their trial first. Bring in the evidence. Oh, most worthy justice, sit thou here. His yoke fellow of equity benched by his side. You owe the commission, sit you too.
Let us deal justly. Purr! The cat is gray.
Arraign her first, 'tis Goneril. I'd here take my oath before this noble assembly. She kicked the poor king, her father.
Come here, the mistress. Is your name Goneril?
She cannot deny it.
I cry you mercy. I took you for a joint stool.
And here's another whose warped look proclaims the store. Her heart is based on Stop her! Fire! Fire! Swords! Corruption in the place! False justice! Why hast thou let her escape? The little dogs and all. And sweetheart! See, they bark at me.
Plus I 5 wits. Where is the patience now you have so boasted to retain?
Poor Tom will throw his head at them. Avaunt!
Then let them anatomize Regan. See what breathes in her heart. Is there any cause in nature for these hard hearts? Sir! I entertain you as one of my hundreds. Only I do not like the fashion of your garment. Let them be changed!
Sir, will you lie down
Yeah.
and rest? A while. Huh?
No noise.
Lie down and rest a while.
No noise! So, we'll go to supper in the morning.
And I'll go to bed at noon.
Come hither, friend. Where is the king,
Here,
my master?
here, sir, but trouble him not. His wits are gone.
Good friend, I prithee, take him in thy arms. I have overheard a plot of death upon him. There's a litter ready. Lay him in, then drive toward Dover, friend, where thou shalt meet both welcome and protection. Take up thy master. If thou shouldst dally half an hour, his life with thine and all that offer to defend him stand in assured loss. Come away!
Post speedily to my lord, your husband. Show him this letter. The army of France is landed. Bring in the villain Gloucester.
Hang him instantly.
Pluck out his eyes.
Leave him to my displeasure. Edmund, keep you our sister company. The revenges we are bound to take upon your traitorous father are not fit for your beholding. Advise the Duke where you are going to a most festinate preparation. We are bound to the like. Our post shall be swift and intelligent betwixt us. Farewell, dear sister. Farewell, my lord of Gloucester. How now? Where's the king?
My lord of Gloucester hath conveyed him hence. Some 5 or 36 of his knights are gone with him towards Dover, where they boast have well-armed friends.
Get horses for your mistress.
Farewell, my lord and sweet sister.
Edmund, farewell. Go seek the traitor Gloucester. Pinion him like a thief. Bring him before us. Though well we may not pass upon his life without the form of justice, yet our power shall do a courtesy to our wrath, which men may blame but not control. Who's there? The traitor?
Ingrateful fox, 'tis he.
Bind fast his corky arm.
Well, what mean your graces? Good, my friends, consider you are my guest. Do me no foul play, friends.
Bind him, I say.
Hard. Hard, oh filthy traitor.
Unmerciful lady as you are, I'm none.
Villain, thou shalt find.
Oh, by the kind gods, 'tis most ignobly done to pluck me by the beard.
So white, and such a traitor.
I am your host. With robbers' hands, my hospitable favors, you should not ruffle thus. What will you do?
Come, sir. What letters had you late from France?
Be simple answered, for we know the truth.
And what confederacy had thee with the traitors late-footed in the kingdom?
To whose hands you have sent the lunatic king? Speak.
I have a letter guessingly set down, which came from one that's of a neutral heart and not from one opposed.
Cunning.
And false.
Where hast thou sent the king?
To Dover.
Wherefore to Dover? Was thou not charged?
Wherefore to Dover? Let him answer that.
Because I would not see thy cruel nails pluck out his poor old eyes, but I shall see the winged vengeance overtake such children.
See it shalt thou never. Upon these eyes of thine, I'll set my tool.
Give me some help.
Oh, crew! Oh, you guards! Ah! Ah!
One side will mock another. The other two.
No.
If you see vengeance.
Hold your hand, my lord! I have served you ever since I was a child, but better service have I never done you than now bid you hold.
How now, you dog?
My villain!
Hey there! Come on, take the chance of anger.
Give me my sword! A peasant, stand up!
You have one eye left to see some mischief on him.
Lest it see more prevent.
Where's my son, Edmund?
Thou calls on him that hates thee. It was he that made thy overture of thy treason to us, who is too good to pity thee.
Oh, my follies. Then Edgar was abused. Kind gods, forgive me that and prosper.
Go! Thrust him out of the gates and let him smell his way to Dover. How's it, my lord? How look you?
I have received a hurt. Follow me, lady. Turn out that eyeless villain and throw that slave upon the dunghill. Untimely this hurt comes. I bleed apace. Give me your arm.
Follow through the shop of the wisdom wind, and if you follow it, then it will do the. Yet better thus, and known to be condemned than still condemned and flattered. The lowest, most dejected thing of fortune stands still in esperance, lives not in fear. The lamentable change is from the best. The worst returns to laughter. Who comes here? My
father? Poorly led?
Oh, my good Lord, I have been your tenant and your father's tenant these 80 years.
Away! Away! Good friend, be gone. Thy comforts can do me no good at all. Thee they may hurt.
You cannot see your way.
I have no way, and therefore want no eyes. I stumbled when I saw. Oh, dear son Edgar, the food of thy abused father's wrath. Might I but live to see thee in my touch, I'd say I had eyes again.
How now? Who's there?
Oh, gods. Who is it can say I am at the worst? I am worse than e'er I was.
'Tis poor Mad Tom.
And worse I may be yet. The worst is not, so long as we can say this is the worst.
Fellow, where goest?
Is it a beggar man?
Madman and beggar too.
In the last night's storm I such a fellow saw, which made me think a man a worm. My son came then into my mind, yet in my mind I was scarce friends with him. Oh, I was scarce friends with him. I have heard more since. As flies to wanton boys are we to the gods. They kill us for their sport.
Bless thee, master!
Is that the naked fellow?
Aye, my lord.
Then bring some covering for this naked soul, who I'll entreat to lead me.
Alack, sir, he is mad.
'Tis the time's plague when madmen lead the blind. And do as I bid thee, or rather do thy pleasure above the rest. Be gone.
I'll bring him the best apparel that I have. Come on to what will.
Sirrah, naked fellow.
Poor Tom's a cold!
I cannot dob it further.
Come hither, fellow.
And yet I must. Oh, bless thy sweet eyes, they plead.
Knowest thou the way to Dover?
Both stile and gate, horseway and footpath. Bless thee, goodman's son, from the foul feed.
Here, take this purse, thou whom the heavens' plagues have humbled to our strokes. That I am wretched makes thee happier, heaven's deal so still. Let the superfluous and lust-dieted man that slaves your ordinance, that will not see, because he does not feel your power quickly. So distribution should undo excess, and each man have enough. Dost thou know Dover?
Aye, master.
There's a cliff whose high and bending head looks fearfully over the confined deep. Bring me but to the very brim of it, and I'll repair the misery thou dost bear with something rich about me. From that place I shall no leading need.
Give me thy arm. Poor Tom shall lead thee.
Welcome, my lord. I marvel our mild husband not met us on the way. Now, where's your master?
Madam, within, but never man so changed. I told him of the army that was landed. He smiled at it. I told him you were coming. His answer was the worse. What most he should dislike seems pleasant to him, what like offensive.
Then shall you go no further. It is the cowish terror of his spirit that dare not undertake. He'll not feel wrongs which tie him to an answer. Our wishes on the way may prove effects. Back, Edmund, to my brother, hasten his musters and conduct his powers. I must change names here at home and give the distaff into my husband's hands. This trusty servant shall pass between us. Ere long you are like to hear, if you dare venture in your own behalf, a mistress's command. Wear this. Spare speech. Decline your head. This kiss, if it durst speak, would stretch thy spirits up into the air. Conceive, and fare thee well.
yours in the ranks of death.
My most dear Gloucester. Oh, the difference of man and man. To thee a woman's services are due. A fool usurps my body.
Madam, here comes my lord.
I have been worth the whistling.
Oh, Goneril, you are not worth the dust which the rude wind blows in your face.
Milk-livered man, that bear'st a cheek for blows, a head for wrongs, who hast not in thy brow an eye discerning thine honor from thy suffering. France spreads his banners in our noiseless land, whilst thou, a moral fool, sits still and cries, oh, alack, why does he so?
See thyself, devil. Proper deformity seems not in the fiend so horrid as in woman.
Oh, vain fool.
Good lord, the Duke of Cornwall is dead, slain by his servant going to put out the other eye of Gloucester.
Gloucester's eyes?
Both, my lord. Oh. This letter, madam, craves a speedy answer. 'Tis from your sister.
I'll read and answer.
Where was Edmund when they did take his eyes? Knows he the wickedness?
Aye, my lord, 'twas he informed against him, and quit the house on purpose, that their punishment might have the freer course.
Gloucester, I live to thank thee for the love thou showedest the king, and to revenge thine eyes. Come hither, friend. Tell me what more thou knowest.
Alack, 'tis he. Why, he was met even now, as mad as the vexed sea, singing aloud, crowned with rank fumitory and with hemlock, darnel, and all the idle weeds that grow in our sustaining corn. A century send forth, search every acre of the high-grown field, and bring him to our eye. What can man's wisdom in the restoring his bereaved sense? He that helps him take all my outward worth.
There is means, madam. Our foster nurse of nature is repose, the which he lacks, that to provoke in him are many simple operatives whose power will close the eye of anguish.
All blessed secrets, all you unpublished virtues of the earth, spring from my tears. Be aidant and remediate in the good man's distress. Seek for him, lest his ungoverned rage dissolve the life that wants the means to lead it.
News, madam! The British powers are moving hitherward.
'Tis known before. Our preparation stands in expectation of them. Oh, dear father, it is thy business that I go about. No blown ambition doth our arms incite, but love, dear love, and our aged father's right. Soon may I hear and see him.
Power set forth?
Aye, madam.
Himself in person there?
Madam, with much ado, your sister is the better soldier.
Lord Edmund spake, not with your lord at home?
No, madam.
What might import my sister's letter to him?
I know not, lady.
Faith, he is posted hence on a serious matter. It was great ignorance, Gloucester's eyes being out to let him live. Where he arrives, he moves all hearts against us. Edmund, I think, is gone in pity of his misery to dispatch his father's life. Moreover, to descry the strength of the enemy.
Madam, I must needs after him with my letter.
Our troops set forth tomorrow. Stay with us. The ways are dangerous.
I may not. My lady charged my duty in this business.
Why might she write Edmund? Might not you transport her purposes by word? Be like some things I know not what. I'll love thee much. Let me unseal the letter.
No, madam, I had
Your lady does not love her husband, I am sure of that. And at her late being here, she gave most strange and speaking looks to noble Edmund. I know you are of her bosom.
I, madam?
You are. I know it. I speak in understanding. Therefore, I do advise you take this note. My lord is dead. Edmund and I have talked, and more convenient is he for my hand than for your lady's. You may gather more. If you find him, I pray you give him this. And when your mistress hears thus much from you, I pray desire her, call her wisdom to her, so fare you well. Oh, and if chance you hear of that blind traitor, preferment falls on him that cuts him off.
Well, would I could meet him, madam. I should show what party I do follow.
Fare you well.
When shall I come to the top of that same hill?
You do climb up it now. Look how we labor.
Methinks the ground is even.
Oh, horrible steep. Hark, do you hear the sea?
No, truly.
Why, then your other senses grow imperfect by your eyes' anguish.
That may be well indeed. Methinks I speak some better phrase and matter than thou didst. Thy voice is all didst.
Oh, you are much deceived. In nothing am I changed but in my garments.
Methinks thou art better spoken.
No, come, sir, here's the place. No, come, sir. Come, sir. Stand still. Woo! How fearful and dizzy 'tis to cast one's eyes so low. Methinks the fishermen that walk along the beach appear like mice. The murmuring surge that on the unnumbered idle pebble chafes cannot be heard so high. I'll look no more, lest my brain turn and the deficient sight topple down headlong.
Set me where you stand.
Oh, come, sir. You are now within a foot of the extreme verge. For all beneath the moon would I not leap upright.
Let go my hand. Here, take this purse. Thou, here, in it is a jewel, well worth a poor man's taking. Go thou farther off. Bid me farewell and let me hear thee going.
I go, sir.
With all my heart.
Why I do trifle thus with his despair is done to cure it.
Oh, you mighty gods, this world I do renounce, and in your sights shake patiently my great affliction off. If Edgar live, oh, bless him. Now, fellow, well.
Gone, sir. Farewell. And yet I know not how conceit may rob the treasury of life when life itself yields to the theft. Had he been where he thought, by this had thought been past. Alive or dead? Oh, you, sir! Sir, hear you! Speak! What are you, sir?
Away and let me die.
Hadst thou been aught but gossamer, feathers, air, so many fathoms down precipitating, thou shivered like an egg. But thou dost breathe, hast heavy substance, bleedst not, speakst, art sound. Thy life's a miracle! Speak yet again!
But have I fallen or no?
From the dread summit of this chalky bourne, the shrill-gorged lark so far cannot be seen nor heard. Do but look up!
Alack, I have no eyes. Is wretchedness deprived that benefit to end itself by death?
Up. So, sir, up. Feel you your legs? You stand?
Too well, too well.
Oh, this is above all strangeness. Upon the crown of the cliff, what was that thing which parted from you?
A poor, unfortunate beggar.
As I stood here below, methought his eyes were 2 full moons. He had 1,000 noses, horns whelked and waved like the enraged sea. It was some fiend. Therefore, thou happy father, think that the clearest gods have preserved thee.
I do remember now that thing you speak of. I took it for a man. 'Twould often say, the fiend, the fiend. It led me to that place.
Bear free and patient thoughts. Who comes here?
They cannot touch me for coining. I am the king himself.
Oh, thou sight-piercing sight.
Oh, nature's above art in that respect. There's your press money. Oh, look. That fellow handles his bow like a crow keeper. Draw me a clothier. Yeah. Oh, look. Look. A mouse. Peace. Peace. This piece of toasted cheese will do it. Ah! There's my gauntlet. I'll prove it on a giant. Oh, well flown bird, either clout, either clout. You give the word.
Sweet marjoram?
Pass.
I know that voice.
Goneril with a white beard. They flattened me like a dog. Told me I had white hairs in my beard and the black ones were there. To say I and no to everything that I said I and no to was no good divinity. When the rains came to wet me once, and the wind to make me chatter, when the thunder would not peace at my bidding, there I found them. There I smelt them out. Go to, they are not men of their words. They told me I was everything. 'Tis a lie. I am not ague-proof.
The trick of that voice I do well remember. It's not the king.
Aye. Every inch a king. When I do stare, see that fellow quakes. Oh! I pardon that man's life. What was the cause? Adultery? Thou shalt not die. Die for adultery? Why, the wren goes to it. And the little gold finch does in my sight. Let copulation thrive. For Gloucester's bastard son was kinder to his father than were my daughters born between legal sheets. Oh. To it. Luxury. Pell-mell. For I have no soldiers There's money for thee.
Let me kiss that hand.
Oh, let me wash it first. It smells of mortality.
Oh, ruined piece of nature, this great world shall so wear out to naught. Dost thou know me?
I remember thine eyes well enough. Dost thou squinny at me? Read thou this challenge. Mark the penning.
Oh, for all the letters sons, I could not see one.
Read!
What? With the case of eyes?
Are you there with me? No eyes in your head, nor no money in your purse. Yet you see how the world goes.
I see it feelingly.
Oh, art mad? A man can see how the world goes with no eyes. Look with thine ears. See how yon justice rails upon yon simple thief. Hearken thine ear, change places, and handy-dandy, which is the justice, which is the thief. Thou hast seen a farmer's dog bark at a beggar.
Aye, sir.
And the creature run from the cur. There thou mightst behold the great image of justice. A dog's obeyed in office. If thou wilt reap my fortunes, take mine eyes. I know thee well enough. Thy name is Gloucester. Thou must be patient. We come crying hither. Thou knowest, as soon as we smell the air, we war and cry. I'll preach to thee. Mark.
Alack the day.
When we are born, we cry that we are come to this great stage of fools. I'll put it in proof. And when I have stolen upon these sons-in-law, then kill, 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 kill. Yeah!
Here he is. Lay hands upon him.
Yeah! 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 Yeah!
Sir, your most dear daughter.
No rescue? What? A prisoner? Use me well. You shall have ransom. Let there be surgeons. I am cut to the brains.
You shall have anything.
I'm a king, master. Know you that?
You are a royal one, and we obey you.
Oh. Then there's life in it. Come. If you get it, you will get it by running.
A sight most pitiful in the meanest wretch, past speaking of in a king.
Hail, gentle sir.
Sir, speed you. What's your will?
Do you hear aught, sir, of a battle toward?
Everyone hears that.
But I pray you, how near is the other army?
Near and on speedy foot.
I thank you, sir. That's all.
Oh, you ever gentle gods, take my breath from me. Let not my worser spirit tempt me again to die before you, please.
Well, pray you, Father,
Now, good sir, what are you?
A proclaimed prize! Thou old, unhappy traitor, briefly thyself remember. The sword is out, thou must destroy thee.
Now, let your friendly hand put strength up to it.
Wherefore, bold peasant? Darest thou support a published traitor? Hence, lest that the infection of his fortune take like hold on thee, let go his arm.
I'll not let go, sir, without further occasion.
Let go, slave, or thou diest!
Nay, come not near the old man!
Thou dunghill! Oh, slave! Thou slay me! Villain, take my purse. If ever thou wilt thrive, bury my body and give the letters which thou findest about me to Edmund, Earl of Gloucester. Seek him out upon the English party. Oh, untimely death. Death.
I know thee well, a serviceable villain, as duteous to the vices of thy mistress as badness would desire.
What? Is he dead?
Rest you, father. You have many opportunities to cut him off. There is nothing done if he return the conqueror. Then am I the prisoner, and his bed my jail. From the loathed warmth whereof deliver me, your wife, so I would say. Goneril, a plot upon her virtuous husband's life, and the exchange, my brother. Off, methinks I hear the beaten drum. Come, father!
Thou good Kent, how shall I live and work to match thy goodness? My life will be too short, and every measure fail me.
To be acknowledged, madam, is all paid.
Be better suited. These weeds are memories of those worser hours. I prithee, put them off.
Yeah, pardon me, dear madam, yet to be known shortens my made intent.
Then be it so, my good lord. How does the king?
Madam, sleep still.
Oh, you kind gods, cure this great breach in his abused nature, the untuned and the jarring senses. Oh, wind up this child-chained father.
If it so please your majesty that we may awake the king, he hath slept long.
Be governed by your knowledge, and proceed in the sway of your own will. Is he arrayed?
Aye, madam. In the heaviness of sleep we put fresh garments on him. Be by, good madam, for when he does awake, I doubt naught of his temperance.
Oh, my dear father. Restoration, hang thy medicine from my lips. And let this kiss repair those violent harms that my two sisters have in thy reverence made.
Kind and dear princess.
Had you not been their father, these white flakes had challenged pity of them. Was this a face to be opposed against the warring winds? Mine enemy's dog, though he had bit me, should have stood that night against my fire. He wakes, speak to him.
Madam, do you, 'tis fittest.
How does my royal lord? How fares your majesty?
You do me wrong to take me out of the grave. Thou art a soul in bliss, but I am bound upon a wheel of fire that mine own tears do scald like molten lead.
Sir, do you know me?
You are a spirit, I know. When did you die?
Still far wide.
He's scarce awake. Let him alone a while.
Where have I been? Where am I? Fair daylight. I am mightily abused. I should even die to see one with pity thus. I know not what to say. I will not swear these are my hands. Let's see, I feel this pinprick. I would be assured of my condition.
Oh, look upon me, sir, and hold your hand in benediction on me. No, sir.
No, you must not kneel.
Pray do not abuse me. I'm a very fond, foolish old man, 80 and upward, not an hour more nor less. And to deal plainly, I fear I am not in my perfect mind. Methinks I should know you and know this man, yet I am doubtful. For I am mainly ignorant what place this is. And all my skill remembers not these garments, and I know not where I did lodge last night. Do not laugh at me, for as I am a man, I think this lady to be my child, Cordelia.
And so I am. I am.
Oh, be thy tears wet. Yes, faith, pray, weep not. If you have poison for me, I'll drink it. I know you do not love me, for your sisters, as I do remember, have done me wrong. You have cause. They have none.
No cause. No cause.
Am I in France?
In your own kingdom, sir.
Do not abuse me.
Be comforted, good madam. The great rage you see is killed in him. Desire him to go in, trouble him no more till further settling.
Will it please your highness walk?
You must bear with me. Pray you forget and forgive. I am old and foolish.
My sweet Lord, tell me but truly, but then speak the truth. Do you not love my sister?
In honored love.
But have you never found my brother's way to the forfended place?
No, by mine honor, madam.
I never shall endure her. Be not familiar with her, my lord.
Fear me not.
Ah, our very loving sister, well be met. Sir, this I heard. The king has come to his daughter with others, whom the rigor of our state forced to cry out.
Why is this reasoned?
Combined together against the enemy, these domestic and particular broils are not the question here.
Let's then determine with the ancient of war on our proceeding.
Sister, you'll go with us?
No.
Oh, 'tis most convenient. Say you'll go with us.
Oh. Oh, I know the riddle. I will go.
To both these sisters have I sworn my love, each jealous of the other as the stung are of the adder. Which of them shall I take? Both. One? Neither. Neither can be enjoyed if both remain alive. As for the mercy which he intends to Lear and to Cordelia, the battle done, and they within our power shall never see his pardon. For my state stands on me to defend, not to debate. The enemy's in view. Draw up your powers. Your haste is now urged on you.
I will overtake you. If there your grace had speech with man so poor, hear me but one word.
Speak.
Before you fight the battle, ope this letter. I can produce a champion that can prove what is avouched there. Fortune love you.
Stay till I've read the letter.
I was forbid it. When time shall serve, let but the herald cry, and I'll appear again.
Why, fare thee well. I will overlook thy paper.
Away, old man, away! King Lear hath lost! He and his daughter ta'en! Give me thy hand! Come on!
No, father, sir. A man may rot even here.
What, in ill thoughts again? Men must bear their going hence even as they're coming hither. Ripeness is all. Come on!
Some officers, take them away.
We are not the first who with best meaning have incurred the worst. For thee, oppressed king, am I cast down. Myself could else outfrown false fortune's frown. Shall we not see these daughters and these sisters?
No. Let's away to prison. We two will sing like birds in the cage. When thou ask me blessings, I'll kneel down and ask of thee forgiveness. So we'll live and pray and sing and tell old tales and laugh at gilded butterflies. And hear poor rogues talk of court news. We'll talk with them too. Who's in, who's out, who loses, who wins. And take upon us the mystery of things as if we were God's spies. And wear out in a walled prison packs and sacks of great ones that ebb and flow by the moon. Upon sacrifices such as these, my Cordelia, the gods themselves throw incense. Have I caught thee? He that parts us shall bring a brand from heaven and power us hence like foxes. The good years shall devour them flesh and fell ere they'll make us weep. We'll see them starve first. Come.
Take them away. Come hither, Captain. Hark. Take thou this note, go follow them to prison. One step I have advanced thee. If thou dost as this instructs thee, thou dost make thy way to noble fortunes. Know thou this, that men are as the time is to be tender-minded does not become a sword. Thy great employment will not bear question. Either say thou do it, or thrive by other means.
I'll do it, my lord.
About it. Right happy when thou hast done it. Mark, I say instantly, and carry it so as I have set it down.
Sir, you have showed today your valiant strain, and fortune led you well. You have the captives who were the opposites of this day's strife. I do require them of you.
Sir, I thought it fit to send the old and miserable king to some retention. With him I sent Cordelia, my reason all the same. And they are ready tomorrow, or at further space, to appear where you shall hold your session.
Sir, by your patience, I hold you but a subject of this war, not as a brother.
That's as we list to grace him. Methinks our pleasures might have been demanded ere you spoke so far. He led our powers, bore the commission of my place and person, the which immediacy may well stand up and call itself your brother.
Not so hot. In his own grace he doth exalt himself more than in your addition.
In my rights by me invested he compeers the best.
That were the most if he should husband you.
Oh, jesters do oft prove prophets.
Hala, that eye that told you so looked but a squint.
Lady, I am not well, else I should answer from a full flowing stomach. General, take thou my soldiers, prisoners, patrimony, dispose of them, of me. Witness the world I create thee here, my lord and master.
Mean you to enjoy him?
The let alone lies not in your goodwill,
nor in thine, lord.
Half-blooded fellow. Yes.
Let the drum strike. Prove my title thine.
Stay yet. Hear reason. Edmund, I arrest thee on capital treason, and in thine attaint this gilded serpent. For your claim, fair sister, I barred in the interest of my wife, till she subcontracted to this lord, and I, her husband, contradicts your bans. If you will marry, make your loves to me. My lady is bespoke.
An interlude.
Thou art armed, Gloucester. Let the drumming sound. If none appear to prove upon thy person thy heinous, manifest, and many treasons, there is my pledge.
Oh, sick. Oh, sick.
If not, I'll ne'er trust medicine.
There's my exchange. What in the world he is that names me traitor? Villain like he lies. Call by the drum.
Hey, herald, ho! Trust to thy single virtue. For thy soldiers, all levied in my name, having my name, took their discharge.
My sickness grows upon me.
Come hither, herald. Let the drumming sound, and read out this.
If any man of quality or degree within the list of the army will maintain upon Edmund, supposed Earl of Gloucester, that he is a manifold traitor, let him appear by the third beating of the drum. He is bold in his defense. Again! Again! What are you? Your name, your quality, and why you answer this present summons?
No, my name is lost. Yet am I as noble as the adversary I come to cope.
Which is that adversary?
What's he that speaks for Edmund, Earl of Gloucester?
Himself. What sayest thou to him?
Thou art a traitor, false to thy gods, thy brother, and thy father, conspirant against this high illustrious prince, and from the extremest upward of thy head to the descent and dust below thy foot, a most toad-spotted traitor. Say thou no, these swords, these arms, and my best spirits are bent to prove upon that heart whereto I speak. Thou liest.
Back do I toss these treasons to thy head. These swords of mine will give them instant way.
Gloucester, by the law of arms, thou art not bound to answer an unknown opposite. Thou art not vanquished, but cozened and beguiled.
Shut your mouth, dame. Or with this paper, shall I stop it? Hold, sir. Thou worse than any name, read thine own evil. No tearing, lady. I perceive you know it.
Say if I do, the laws are mine, not thine. Who can arraign me for it?
Oh, most monstrous. Oh, knowest thou this paper?
Ask me not what I know. What you have charged me with, that have I done. And more, much more. The time will bring it out. 'Tis past, and so am I. But what art thou that hast this fortune on me? If thou art noble, I do forgive thee.
Let's exchange charity. I am no less in blood than thou art, Edmund. My name is Edgar, and thy father's son.
The wheel has come full circle. I'm here.
I met our father, became his guide, led him, begged for him, saved him from despair, never fought, revealed myself to him until some half hour passed. But his flawed heart, alack, too weak the conflict to support, twixt two extremes of passion, joy, and grief, burst smilingly.
This speech of yours hath moved me, and may perchance do good.
Help, oh, help! 'Tis hot, it's smoke, she's dead.
Who dead?
Your lady, sir, your lady. And her sister by her is poisoned. She confesses it.
I was contracted to them both. All three now marry in an instant.
Produce the bodies, be they alive or dead. This judgment of the heavens that makes us tremble touches us not with pity.
Here comes Kent.
Oh, is this he? The time would not allow the compliment which very manners urges.
I am come to bid my king and master, I good night, is he not here?
Great thing of us forgot. Where's the king? And where's Cordelia?
Oh. 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 Oh, you are men of stones. Had I your tongues and eyes, I'd use them so that heaven's vault should crack. She's gone forever. I know when one is dead and when one lives. She's dead as earth. Let me have a looking glass. If that her breath will mist or stain the stone, then she lives.
Is this the promised end?
This feather stirs, and she lives. If it be so, it is a chance which redeems all sorrows that ever I have felt.
Oh, my good master.
Prithee away!
Noble Kent,
friend. A plague upon you all. Murderers! Traitors! I might have saved her. Now she's gone. Cordelia. Cordelia. stay a little. What didst thou say? Her voice was ever soft, gentle and low, an excellent thing in woman. I killed the slave that was hanging thee.
'Tis true, my lords, he did.
Did I not, fellow? I have seen the day with my good biting falchion. I would have made him skip. And now I'm old, and these same crosses spoil me. Who are you? My eyes are none of the best, I tell you straight.
If fortune brag of two she loved and hated, one of them we behold.
This a dull sight. Are you not Kent?
The same. Your servant Kent. Where is your servant Caius?
Oh, he's a good fellow, I'll tell you that. He could strike, and quickly, too. He's dead and rotten.
No, my good lord. I am the very man.
I'll see that straight.
That from your first of difference and decay have followed your sad steps.
You are welcome hither.
Nor no man else. All's cheerless, dark, and deadly. Your eldest daughters have fordone themselves and desperately are dead.
Aye, so I think.
He knows not what he says. In vain it is that we present us to him.
And my poor foolish hand. No life. Why should a dog, a horse, a rat have life and thou no breath at all? Thou come no more, never, 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 never. Pray you undo this button. Thank you, sir. Do you see this? Look on her. Her lips. Look there. Look there.
My lord.
Break
my
heart,
lord.
I prithee, break.
Look up, my lord.
Vex not his ghost. Oh, let him pass. He hates him that would upon the rack of this tough world stretch him out longer.
He is gone indeed.
The wonder is he endured so long. He but usurped his life.
Friends of my soul, you twain, rule in this realm and the gourd state sustain.
I have a journey, sir, shortly to go. My master calls me. I must not say no.
The weight of this sad time we must obey. Speak what we feel, not what we ought to say. The oldest hath borne most. We that are young shall never see so much, nor live so long.
I'm never gonna stop loving you. If I could, I would have done it by now. We circle like salmon in holy pools, gathering speed until we can't slow down. You said you're never gonna stop loving me. Oh, I've been crawling on my hands and knees through the valleys in the dark. I fall apart, you pick me up as impossible as I can be. So if you wanna run right out, I will always be your home. Oh, but I wanna show you I can keep it all together.